VR Chat, the next frontier. These are the experiences from Gunter's universe. His continuing mission? To seek out and connect with VR devs and passionate enthusiasts. To discuss theories, beliefs, and rhetoric of all kind. And to boldly go where no show has ever gone before.
Hello and welcome to Gunter's Universe, everyone. This is the one and only live talk show broadcasting from the Metaverse. Join us in VR Chat every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific to watch the show live from the comfort of your VR headset. You can also watch the live stream at hitbox.tv/Gunter444. Tonight I have the pleasure of talking with Articulite, aka Kai. He is one of the founders of vArchive. How are you doing, Kai?
Good. I will start this off by saying my name is Kai, not Kai. Just figure we get that out of the way now. Kai from Hawaii.
Kai,
if that helps.
So I've been chatting with you for, I think, I don't know, a year and a half now, and I've been saying your name wrong for that long. So that's kind of like a record for me. So
Actually, I go by both because I used to live in Seattle for like a couple of years, and I just got tired of explaining the difference. So it was like, yeah, my name's Kai. Okay, all right.
Sure.
Most of my really good friends actually call me Kai, and it's like, no big deal. Whatever you want to call me, just call me that.
Well, I think Kai sounds pretty awesome, and it's good that you're, I think, correcting us here. It's a public forum where everybody can get this information. So, cool. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show, and your friend here, your co-founder Evan, is with us tonight. How are you, Evan?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great to have you on to talk about this cool project. We also have Everyday VR with us. How are you doing?
Hi.
Everyday's been using the vArchive plugin here in VR Chat to do some of this great 360 panoramic pictures that you guys are storing on your site. We're going to talk all about that, so it's been great to get all three of you here in the same room to chat about vArchive. Before we actually move on to the topic, let's just say hello to Mr. Whiskers. How are you, Mr. Whiskers? You're looking adorable as usual. He's here to keep everything cute, and if there's anybody that's being disruptive, he does carry a rocket launcher, and will be the bouncer as well. So be careful.
Oh, you scared him away, Mr. Whiskers?
Uh-oh.
It's okay. Back.
So while we wait for Evan, let's go ahead though, and Kai, tell me a little bit about your history and how you got into VR, and leading up to your starting of the vArchive project.
So I saw Oculus Rift on Kickstarter, day 2, and when I saw it, I basically knew what I wanted to do with the rest of my life.
Right.
Because I had these dreams, like in 2011, that were just basically the most impactful dreams I've ever had in my life. Like when people say follow your dreams or whatever, I feel like that's kind of what I'm doing now. Like I'm literally following my dreams. Like I had dreams about VR, and they were so important to me that I decided this is what I have to do. I don't know for the rest of my life, but definitely for now, I'm so into VR. This is like where it's at, for sure.
So these dreams you were having, tell me a little bit more about them. Obviously, you're into photography, and that's what your project is basically, around. Tell me more about the dreams, or tell me more why you started, putting together the photography and the VR, and how that came to be.
So basically, I had this dream where I was sitting on this beach, and it was really cool. I mean, like I live in Hawaii normally, so beaches are everywhere. But this beach was like even better than any beach that I've ever seen in Hawaii. and it was like the perfect beach, basically. It was like plastic
Perfect
beach
beach, yeah.
gorillas or something. Like, it just the perfect beach. And then all of a sudden, it fades away to reveal the fact that I'm actually not at a beach. I'm actually sitting on my bed in my room, and that freaked me out a lot. So I basically, that was in 2011, and I didn't really know what to do with that, other than just think, wow, that was the coolest dream I've ever had. And then I went to Kickstarter for the first time ever, coincidentally on the second day of the Oculus Kickstarter. That was the first project I had ever seen, which is kind of weird. And then, yeah, I decided, well, I need to back this because this is how it happens. This, like, maybe my dream becomes real somehow, and either I'm looking at somebody else's creation, or I have the opportunity, because I had this dream, to do it myself. And so I did. I made the archive, for basically
What
to
is
reach
the
that
archive?
dream. The archive is basically a time machine. But the way it does that is because it gets better with time. Like, as the technology improves, we're going to keep with the current updates of technology. We're going to keep supporting newer headsets. And the plan is that one day, you know, when my grandkids are saying, Grandpa, what was it like when you were 22, 23, 25, 30? I'll be able to show them. And I won't be using Facebook Timeline. I'll be using the archive. And it's kind of a crazy thought, but whatever.
So yeah, the archive is going to be is this place where you can store your 360 photos at the moment, whether they are from real life photography or from you know, inside of VR experiences like such as VR Chat that we're in right now.
We were really focused on real world photography in the beginning because that's pretty much all that existed. And then after seeing Wormslayer, you might know who that is, audience members.
Oh
It's
yeah,
pretty cool.
sure.
He uploaded the first
Everybody.
panorama that I had seen in a virtual world. He took one in Minecraft manually. So
Yeah.
you take a screenshot and then you turn a little bit to the left and you take another screenshot and you turn to the left and you take another screenshot over and over again. And that blew my mind. And I didn't really realize it immediately after he uploaded it, that that's kind of where I wanted to take the direction of the archive. But yeah, that's after some time of thinking about it, it was like, wait, there's this whole untapped genre, basically, of photography that doesn't exist. And like, wait a second, there needs to be a place for this stuff to live. Like, you can't upload pictures of the virtual world to Street View because, like, it's of the street. It's of the planet Earth.
Sure, right.
You know? So that was just a crazy realization of like, wait. This could be so much more than the real world. And then without the cost. You don't need to buy a camera because the camera's free. We could give away the camera to everyone for free. Like, yeah, that's what really excites me, is like these tools to create these kind of panoramas. Like, even professional panoramic photographers today are still spending like 12 hours for one picture that is stereo 360 degrees, that looks awesome. And thanks to Dee, we were able to develop this plugin that does it in a few seconds. The same stuff, but in a few seconds, and it's just mind-boggling. So awesome.
Yeah, so there's some great, you know, real-life photography there. It's an awesome place to go find 360 photos to look at in your Oculus Rift, which is a really cool experience and something I enjoy to do. And then it's a place that people can host their own. They can create their own account. They can upload these photos. But like we're talking about now, you've brought it into the domain of the VR experience, into the 3D world, just like we are here. Right now we're having this experience. We're in a talk show inside the metaverse, inside VR. And, you know, we like to take screenshots here when we're playing in VR Chat and roaming around the different worlds and hanging out with each other. And those are our pictures. But recently we've been able to take some panoramics and 360 photos here, and it's just way better than I could have imagined. Dee, you've taken a few here. You're the one that's kind of bridging the gap here, doing the testing for this feature. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved in this, about the project, and then we'll show some of the photos that you've taken.
Yep, sure. So, by the way, the Minecraft picture you mentioned from Wormslayer was the last one I linked to if you want to bring that up later. But,
cool.
so the gist of it is I kind of came at it I kind of came to the same conclusion from a different angle. So on my YouTube channel, I had people who were, like, I show my point of view when I'm playing gameplay in these games, in all these VR games. And it's a little bit problematic because when I'm moving my head around like this, I'm actually like shoving around. When people are watching my gameplay back in their Oculus Rift, I'm shoving their head around as I'm moving my head around, and it's not comfortable for them. So I thought to myself, what would be ideal is if it were, a 360 video and they had the freedom to look around any way they want. But the technology to create those in existing games it didn't exist, and it was very difficult. So, and meanwhile, Kai came to me and said that he wanted to build out to make it easier to generate content for VRChive and to especially in this new genre of computer generated content. And so I worked on the Unity 360 panorama capture plugin, which is just a script on the Unity Asset Store. Anybody can grab it and use it. Initially, it only captured monoscopic, which was relatively straightforward, and recently I had support for a stereoscopic capture. And it was designed to integrate very easily with any existing Unity application. You pretty much just drop it in, and it works. It's designed so you press a key, and it automatically captures the panorama, saves it to disk. You can view it in any existing panorama viewer, and it can also automatically upload it to the VRChive site, so you can immediately begin sharing it with others as soon as you take it.
I see.
And it was recently integrated as well with VRChat, which is the application we're sitting in right now.
Oh, that's awesome. So, so anybody can grab that off the Unity Asset Store. What would they search for?
I believe it's just panorama capture.
60 panorama capture.
Yep.
360 panoramic capture. Cool. That's really cool. Yeah, let me put up a few of the photos that I have here. They're going to be on these screens here, and these are 2D. We're not going to be able to really get the whole idea of the 360 panoramic capture. You can go to vrchive.com for that. And but
Is
let's
it
see.
alpha.vrchive.com?
It's definitely alpha.vrchive.com. There's a little it says that at the very top of the page. If you do happen to miss the alpha part, you'll see that at the top. Okay. All right, cool. So this is one from last week when we had the Pixel Riff girls on. This was really cool to see. After the show, I actually pulled it up on my Note 4, was just kind of taking a break after the show and saw that these were available and was able to look at them on my Android phone, with the whole gyroscopic motion there. Whoops. I got to just, relive the moment that I experienced about an hour before via my phone. So not only can you look at these in your Rift or on your browser and your screen on your desktop, but also with your phone. So that's pretty cool.
So to clarify what's going on here, this is a 360 photo or 360 environment. So if you view this on your monitor, you're going to be able to use your mouse to turn all around 360 degrees, look in every direction, look up, look down. It's a complete environment that completely surrounds you. If you have your phone, you hold up your phone, you can use the gyros to and move your phone around in front of your face and move it all around you to look all around you. The same way that the YouTube app works with viewing YouTube 360 videos on your phone. And in addition to that, it also supports browsers that incorporate WebVR. You can view it on any VR headset, as well as, I believe, Cardboard. Am I missing any clients?
Guys, I don't have a VR catheter yet, so I had to, use my legs and walk somewhere. But I'm back. What did you just say, Dee?
Oh, I was just talking. I was talking about all the clients that you can use to view the images in 360 degrees and look
You guys
around.
can hear me okay right now?
Yep, I can hear you
Yeah.
fine.
Here we go.
Oh, that's
I was
cool. I'm
just
not even holding it in the microphone anymore. Awesome.
oh, that's great. All right, so I'm glad you resolved that. I was just talking about like how there's the monitor-based viewer and there's the phone-based viewer and there's the VR viewers. Kind of what are all the clients you support and plan to support?
So the plan is to support everything. In the future, you should have backwards compatibility as well. We don't have this yet because there's not enough devices to really make sense that it makes sense for. I mean, we support DK1 too as well, but that's through WebVR. The plan is that in the future, though, you should be able to still view pictures that are modern using the oldest VR headsets. So.
What's WebVR?
Good question. So WebVR basically lets you have the glory of VR through your web browser, whether it be Firefox or Chrome. Basically, Mozilla and Google have a pretty good working relationship when it comes to virtual reality and the future of the internet. So that's pretty cool. They work together, they collaborate, they're setting the standards as far as, how should this work, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Cool.
You don't need to download anything, basically. You just use the browser. And once it's rolled out into the official versions of Chrome and Firefox, then that's really awesome because VR basically becomes as easy as YouTube, no matter what the experience is. It just becomes an issue of can the experience run at 75 to 90 frames per second in the browser. That becomes your limiting factor. Fortunately for us, we can run at 75 frames per second. I don't have a CV1, so I haven't tested 90, but I'm pretty optimistic because pictures have a low overhead. In fact, Dee, weren't we talking about this earlier? How we can view panoramas on a computer that's too old to run the full experience, right?
Yes, exactly. So, like for example, if you have a very, very rich experience, like a next generation VR game made for like the CV2 or whatever, and it's got these glorious graphics, it only runs on the latest GPU at maximum settings, you can just hit a key, take a panorama of that experience, upload it to the archive, and then some guy who only has a DK2 somewhere can check out that rich next generation VR experience and feel like what it's like to be immersed in that environment.
Or like some of the tens of thousands or however many cardboards that are going to be coming available more and more. I think that could be a good market for that, right?
I'd say we've gotten some pretty good feedback so far from developers who we've spoken with, so I'm really happy to finally kind of like put some awareness out there that we exist and that developers can really just use us however they want. Just for promotion, it's going to be great. I mean, I was talking to the Pixel Rip girls, basically I talk to them every day, but the point is they've relayed the fact that, wow, wait, now we can use cardboard to do demos. Our experience doesn't run on cardboard, but wait, now we have this enhanced mobility. We can show so many more people and reach so many more people, and that's kind of what I love about what we do. We just really great way to help developers reach more people. I mean, you're no longer limited by who has an Oculus Rift or even who has a cardboard. You're limited by who has a computer, because anyone who has a computer or a smartphone has a very good chance of being able to access the archive as long as they have WebGL. So that's exciting.
Definitely. Let me throw up a couple more picture screenshots here.
And it's great that it provides that kind of smooth migration path because as people, like as someone checks out these environments on their monitor, they might be like, hey, this is pretty cool. I should grab one of those cardboards, see what this looks like on my phone. And then they're like, this looks really cool. Maybe I should get a real VR headset and then check it out on my Oculus Rift. And so it moves people along towards richer and richer ways of consuming the same experiences.
Nicely. Further along on that note, I gotta say, it's pretty cool. Somebody who's never tried VR and I just tell them, hey, go to this website and tap that, and now your phone works for VR. It really blows their minds to a point that I can't really describe. It's crazy.
So Dee, this looks a little familiar. You I think did this video capture of this environment and had a,
Yes.
a YouTube video of that, right?
And I created that using the same tool. So so this is Viking Village. It's one of the standard Unity environments that you can download for free from the Asset Store, and it's intended to model a lot of advanced graphical effects. And so even though it's a very, very rich environment that even on a high-end system can run at a low frame rate, I was able to capture this high-resolution 360-degree panorama of it, and you can explore it on any device. And the way the 360 video works, so you can't, so normally when you see people upload gameplay to YouTube, they pretty much just capture it in real time. There are video encoders that can run on your GPU, on a modern GPU, and they have almost no overhead. They can just encode whatever's on your screen, and it works great. With 360 videos, that doesn't really work right now because there's just too many pixels to encode in real time. So my tool right now encodes about 2 frames a second. So it can't encode in real time. So the way it has to work is you basically record the movements of the player and the state of the world at each frame, and then you replay the game frame by frame, and you just do a capture on each frame, and then you assemble those into the final video. So it runs like 10 to 20x lower than the original experience, but you run it offline and produce the video that way.
Gotcha.
Question. You can record videos that are higher resolution than the experience, right?
Yeah, so actually a lot of my videos are, so I mean there are certain limitations of how high-res a video can be just because of limitations of the H.264 codec and stuff, but in principle you can create a video today that's for example a raw video that's 8192 by 8192 pixels, and there's no VR headset you can use to view that video. But in the future, when we have 4K per eye or whatever, then those videos you'll be able to play them back and get a view of these historical VR experiences that just may have never been ported to future HMDs, and see them in their full sharp glory on that new screen.
Right. You're not just providing the service to look at these things now, but this is an archive to archive all kinds of experiences, real life, in VR. It's pretty awesome. I liked when you were saying how it's sort of like a way to time travel. Just on a science fiction level, I always thought like if time travel was going to be available, it'd be something that you when you build it like roads got built. Where you can time travel back to when the roads got built. You can't really time travel before that point. So
Exactly
sort of
it.
makes me think of that.
That's what I realized is like there needs to be a beginning to the time machine, right?
Yeah.
That's what this is right now. All these folks sitting right here, they're the beginning of the time machine.
So we should say hello to everybody in the future that's going to come back to the beginning point here on Gunter's Universe and witness the birth of the VR. Hey everybody. Hey all of history.
Hi everyone.
Hello, future. Hi, future.
And hello future.
Are you recording a video right now?
360 video
streaming.
doesn't work yet here, but you guys are recording a regular 2D video.
We are recording a 2D video. So yes, it doesn't quite count the same thing, but
Oh,
we got,
humans.
so it's
But
not the same
360
thing.
video is coming to VR chat. That's a thing I'm
Yeah.
literally currently working on.
It's
I
something
think it would be really
that-
cool, like right at the center of the table right there.
Totally, kind
Yeah.
of Mr. Whiskers perspective.
So that was just a rehearsal for what I want to do when we have that feature. That's what that was. So right now we've documented it in 2D in the video, but when that feature comes out, I'll be so thrilled to, of course, so we can say hello to everybody in the future that will be visiting that point, but also then for every show to be able to record it in this sort of in 3D video for people that can play it back on, I hope, devices that maybe they wouldn't be able to regularly attend here in person, or just, it's a great way to replay the show in VR and not have, I kind of like the idea of going more that route than the traditional YouTube video, that, more VR, more
Yeah,
unique
absolutely.
experience. Yeah.
Because I mean, this is VR, and VR should be consumed in VR, and
Yeah.
that's the way to do it. There was actually a Reddit thread today, or I believe, which was all about kind of old. It was called "Old Games Matter," and it was all led to like wanting people to port their latest, the games that people loved from the old DK2 days, from the DK1 days, to the latest versions of the runtime and keep them running. But
Yeah.
that's a constant effort. And there are a lot of great experiences that just the devs are going to move on, and we're never going to see a new version of them that runs ever again. And the only way we're going to be able to continue to preserve and enjoy what those experiences were once like is by some kind of VR video recording.
Yeah, absolutely. Brought up Minecraft, and we'll pull up that panel of Minecraft, but that makes me think. Oh, we lost Ticulate there, but I'm sure he'll be right back. Makes me think of when I was playing in Minecraft 2 years ago with Wormslayer and the crew over there. It would have been great to have 3D video of our experiences there, to really show people what that was really like, because it was quite a special experience. Yeah.
And it's not like Minecraft still runs in VR. It's not even about like the software support always. Sometimes it's just about the moment. It's about you had a group there,
Yeah.
you had people who were sharing good times together, and you want to go back and relive those times. And a lot of people are going to have social experiences in VR that they want to relive and go back and see their times they had with their friends like they were standing right there again.
Yeah, it's so cool. Screenshots have been great, videos have been great, but now we're talking 360 screenshots, basically, panoramics. We can already tell we just love those immediately, of course. And then I don't even quite understand I can't even imagine yet what it's going to be like to relive a show or something else in a 3D video format. That's pretty exciting that we'll have these tools as in our social VR spaces. So we have a shot of, you can view Neos VR. You took some photos inside that application.
Yeah, I actually produced a complete 360 video of the tour of Neos the Universe.
Oh, wow.
In both monoscopic as well as in stereo.
And here's Darkfield.
It totally blew my mind that it was a video D. Like, I was freaking out for a while. I had to watch it like 7 or 8 times.
Yes, it's an on-rails experience, the tour part of Neos the Universe, and so like in many ways it's virtually indistinguishable from the original application. Like pretty much the only difference is you don't have correct positional tracking if you lean around, and in some areas the parallax isn't quite right, but it's very, very close to just running the real application.
Hey, Darkfield.
Super incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Where can we? Where do you have that stored where we can play?
There's an alpha of this out. I don't recall if it's announced on Reddit, but this is a work in progress by Mark Schramm, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I was asking a little bit about the Neos, how somebody could watch that recording that you did.
Oh, so I put a 360 video of a monoscopic 360 video of Neos the Universe on my YouTube channel, and you can just search for 360 video Neos the Universe. And I also created a Reddit thread with the stereo video of Neos the Universe. To watch that, you will either need to have a Gear VR, have a DK2 and virtual desktop, or just copy the stereoscopic video over to your phone and use one of the cardboard-based 360 viewers.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember seeing that thread, but I didn't take a deep look at it. I should get that on my gear and definitely give that a shot. So yeah, we have Mark Schramm's Darkfield here. We had
This
him
is a
on
very,
an
very
earlier
pretty
episode.
demo.
He's
I'm
really,
looking forward to what this game will be like.
yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, so yeah, this is looking quite pretty.
So one interesting thing that he told me when he was, so he made a short video clip of this. This is just a pano. He also made a short video, 360 video clip. And he told me that when he did the 360 video clip, so he has all these asteroids in the background, and he noticed that as he adds more and more asteroids, the frame rate drops, and he can't keep up 75 frames a second anymore. But because the 360 video capture runs offline, 1 frame at a time, it's not real time, he could just put as many asteroids as he wants in. It doesn't even matter. So you start to get into this territory where you're kind of using the Unity engine as almost like a substitute for Blender or something, where you're doing kind of machinima or doing in-engine cutscenes, but
Visual
not in real
effects
time.
engine.
Exactly.
That's pretty rad.
Great time to be alive, that's for sure.
Oh, I know it.
Is this the original image?
He actually uploaded 2, so this could be one of the 2.
This is one of them, yes.
I wish he would have captured some of the old Metacraft, buildings and stuff.
D, did you send
Archive.
over the Deep Dream? Did you send over the Deep Dream one?
I did not send enough of the deep dream one.
Oh, that one's pretty crazy. Everyone, check out the Deep Dream one. That's so cool. It blew my mind. Wormslayer ran it through Deep Dream.
I ran it through, the deep dream filter, which adds like dog faces and stuff.
So many dog slugs.
Yeah, I saw a ton of his videos or photos he was popping out of Deep Dream. That was super trippy and super cool. So yeah, I mean, basically all the stuff we're talking about, just go to varchive.com, alpha.varchive.com, and you can see all this stuff. There's a lot of cool content. Some other content from VR Chat's already up there. You've taken some of the other beta testers around here got to play around a little bit and take a few shots as well. And starting tomorrow, Graham, the developer here in VR Chat, will be releasing a new build that will have the ability for anyone to take panoramics here in VR Chat. So that's pretty exciting.
Woohoo!
Yeah, whoop whoop.
Yay!
What does the audience think about that sort of feature being available?
Awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah. C3PO likes it.
What do you think, C3PO?
I'm running a beta of it right now that has that feature. I just took a panorama of us right now.
Nice.
That's awesome. I wish
Grab a
that jump
screenshot
was
of that.
enabled in this room, because then everyone could jump on the table and it would be cool. That's okay.
I took jump away a little while ago. I just wasn't. There's reasons for it. I do like to party down and have us jump around, but sometimes there's
Yeah, I
a little
know.
too
I
much jump-
used
too much
to
jumping.
jump glitch backwards and upside down holding shift, and it would shoot me into the sky. It was pretty fun. I miss
Wow,
those
I didn't
days.
know
Yeah.
So what else here? You have you mentioned something about manually doing panos. So you're talking about Wormslayer manually putting together a panoramic in Minecraft, but you also had to, or you started off doing it manually before you had the tool. Is that right?
Yeah, basically. I really like Fallout 3, like, a lot, and Oblivion and Skyrim. Like, I've never actually played through Skyrim more than, like, an hour, because, I don't know, it's too complicated. I really like Oblivion and Fallout 3. So anyways, yeah. Spending enough time in Fallout 3 and Oblivion, I started taking pictures manually, just like I was saying with the Minecraft picture. Just, you take a screenshot and you turn left, you take a screenshot, turn left. And I actually set up macros so that it would do it faster than manually, take less time and effort. But yeah, everything's changed now with the plugin, for sure. Like, it's totally a different world. We don't really have VR experiences that are as detailed as Fallout 3 or Oblivion, but we will. It's just a matter of time. And when that happens, people are going to be able to take an infinite amount of pictures in an infinite amount of different situations, and it's just crazy to think about. So that's what I'm really excited for. And VR Chat's one of the first that actually gives us a glimpse of that future, where there's, you know, all these different rooms. It's really not limited by any one space. It's always expanding. There's always something new. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to have on vArchive too. It's just always something new to look at, you know? Kind of like a mix of Stumble Upon and VR or something. I don't know.
No, I really like that, right? Because it's just another way to get at all this cool VR stuff that's going on out there. We can read about it and see threads, but now we can just kind of browse these VR 360 photos and be like, what's going on there? What's that? Oh, that's a VR chat room that just somebody created. Cool. I didn't realize that, you know, that content was there. You know, they want getting
Exactly. I really wanted to take the pain out of content discovery. Like, there's a bunch of sites that have lists, right? No, nothing wrong with that. But I personally don't like spending a lot of time digging through a list of things and looking at all these things. I'm a very visual person, so I like looking at stuff, right? So this is more of a solution for myself, and like if anyone else likes it, cool. But I kind of made it for myself, kind of selfishly. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for being selfish, because I totally dig it. I think a lot of people, you know, are visual as well, so it's
Oh, thanks, Gunter.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to explore, but it's more than that. We get to create our own memories, a time machine. It's pretty badass. A few other notes I wanted to...
Can I ask a quick question?
Oh, sure, of course. Please.
So my question for you is, so a lot of, as we move on, we're getting more, like we have the Ricoh Theta already, and we're getting more and more kind of off-the-shelf, very easy to use, one-click panoramic cameras. And so I wonder if you're looking to, in the future, have it so that people can download tools that'll let them kind of do one-click, just snap a shot with their camera and instantly upload it to vArchive and share it with their friends that way, in the real world.
I'm sorry, what's the question?
The question is, guess, are you looking in the future to support making it very easy to take pictures with off-the-shelf 360 panoramic cameras and in the real world and directly upload those to vArchive?
So our focus right now is on, you know, being the service for VR and virtual worlds, because it's so young. There needs to be a space that can nurture that growth. Maybe someday we'll expand into real-world photography and integrations with cameras. I mean, we're certainly not against it, but after seeing the need for VR, that's kind of where my heart is.
But I mean, panoramic photos are consumed in VR, so it's still VR related.
Sure, but it's a different target market. There's real-world photography and then there's virtual world photography. I'd say that there's quite different market segmentation. So, I mean, we could do both, but then like we'd be splitting our attention in two different directions, targeting two different, you know, groups basically. And I'm really liking virtual worlds because I think the potential's unlimited. You don't have to have this barrier to entry where you buy a camera and you have to change the memory card, charge the battery, upload it to your computer, and then upload it to somewhere. You know, it's like, it's just a lot simpler, really. Even though it seems more complicated, it's a lot simpler. But nothing against that. I mean, someday, sure. But there's already services for real-world photography. I mean, there's Google Views, there's Street View, and like, there's 360 cities. Like, I respect all the people who made those services. I deeply respect them because they pioneered those things. And I guess some part of me wants to be a part of pioneering this, you know, and put my full attention towards it, and really helping to promote developers and get their experiences out there. Like, there's so many options for real-world photographers and stuff. Like, I want to put all my attention on this, pretty much.
My question would be the whole video part of things. So let's say, you know, do you get the ability for us to record the video here of this whole show? Will I be able to push that up to vArchive?
Someday.
That's what I want to hear.
But it's complicated. Yeah, you'll hear about it someday, and I'll let you in on early demos for sure.
Well, yeah, I'm here to sign up for that day one, so you let me know.
Basically, not a YouTube competitor. It'll be quite different. In fact, I think by the time we delve into full video support and hosting, I think it'll be a purely VR experience, and one that transcends the barriers of, you know, just being an app that you load our app. It would be more like integrations with VR chat, integrations with other apps, basically to make it universally easy to bring video, monoscopic or stereo, into any VR app, basically. I think that's the end game. It's not so much about, oh, download the vArchive app. No. It's about pulling the content into the existing apps that people are in, so that they can share the viewing of the content. Yeah.
Interesting. Sounds pretty exciting.
So in other words, the first time you'll see video from us, it'll most likely be served through VR chat.
Yeah, and I want to tack on to that just that because of the performance limitations I mentioned before, right now taking a 360 video is an arduous endeavor. You have to have the replay, you have to play it back, you have to activate the 360 record, you have to process the video, and you know it's a lot easier than it used to be, but it's still something. If you're taking a 360 pano right now in VRChat, it's like you press the button and you upload a pano and it's done. Anybody can do it. It is super, super easy, and you can do it impulsively in the spur of the moment when you just want to capture you and your friends hanging out. Video is something you have to plan and you have to do a lot of extra work on, and so I think it's reasonable to say that that for now, like 360 video is something a smaller number of people do. It's hosted using existing 360 video hosts and sources, but in the future, I think it's going to be exciting to make that something that everybody can do in real time and to make it available everywhere, and that's just going to be a matter of hardware and software catching up.
Okay.
Ideal scenario, every VR app, experience, and game in the future has some form of screenshotting or video recording built into it. I don't care if they're using vArchive or not, but like the plugin's open source, so just look at it, learn, and adapt. I mean, that's what it's for. So I hope to see it in everything someday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a feature that I think we all would want for sure. Like it's now that it's in the consciousness, it seems to be like one of those no-brainers now. It's like, yeah. So you have a blog that you have going. Wanted to highlight that a little bit and make people aware of that.
Yeah, we just put it up like yesterday. Kind of some retroactive blog posting, because we've been taking pictures the whole time and just been so busy we haven't really had time to actually do the blog, but figured now is a good time to do it. We had some downtime, so.
Let's see if I got it. I can pull it up. I remember the address. Is it blogs.vArchive?
It is /blog. At the end.
Let's see. Oops.
alpha.vArchive.com/blog.
Maybe.
There we go.
There it is.
So you can't interact with it. Okay, so that's what you get, I guess.
Yeah, that's what you get when you first get there. I can't, with the VR chat panels here, cannot click on anything or get that cool with it. But you know, there it is. People can follow what's going on at your blog there. So I read a few of those. I read some stuff about the shoot, what's it called? The Blue Startups program that you went through. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, Blue Startups was awesome. They're an accelerator based out of Hawaii. So they give you $20,000 in exchange for some equity in your company. And you get to live in Hawaii for 3 months. And, well, I already lived there, so does Evan. That's where we're from. So a lot of the other companies, though, were from out of state, California, all over the world, though. Some from India and stuff. Anyway, yeah, that program was fantastic. More than we could ever have hoped for in terms of how much we grew in the program. We just met so many people. Every day we were meeting somebody new who had their own opinion of vArchive. You know, like, oh, I like your name, I hate your name, or like, I hate everything about you, or I love everything about you. Just like this whole spectrum of emotions. And it's just crazy to hear other people think something about what you've done, you know, compared to like nothing before. It's incredible to hear that feedback, and I highly recommend any developers who are seeking feedback on their stuff, join an accelerator, because you will get the load of feedback, for sure. I mean, I hope so. But any good accelerator, you'll get tons of feedback. The one in Hawaii, Blue Startups, was actually founded by the guy who brought Tetris to the world. Not the Russian who made Tetris, but the businessman who basically forged the relationship with Nintendo, got it to be a launch title for the Game Boy, and he's our lead mentor now, so it's pretty fantastic. It's been awesome.
What's his name?
I don't know what else to say. His name is Henk Rogers, H-E-N-K, Rogers. So yeah, when we're based in Hawaii, we work out of the same floor as Tetris headquarters.
That's cool.
There's these big Tetris pieces all over the office. It's kind of funny. They're like couches.
Is the theme song currently always playing in the lobby or something like that?
I wish.
It should be, for sure, right?
There's a ton of memorabilia in the lobby, though. You walk in. Actually, I have a panorama. It's just not listed. It's unlisted. But I took some panoramas around the office and stuff. There's a few on the blog, but yeah, it's fun.
Very cool. And so that's Hawaii, and that's so Evan. That's where you met Articulate. Have you known him for a while, or did you find him once he started this project?
Yeah, we first started working together when we got into Blue Startups, and that's basically when we got some money, so we could, you know, build out a team more and a more complete team, which is why they brought me on to kind of fill the gaps, and that's kind of what I've been doing.
Awesome. What were you doing before that?
Before that, I was a student. I ran the Entrepreneurs Club at the local university there, just helping students run, start their own businesses, anything from a tech company to starting their own t-shirt designs. It was a lot of fun. The tech community and just the startup community in Hawaii is kind of small, so me and Kai just kind of naturally met up, and we just really started working together really well together. And our other co-founder, Jesse, we also worked really well together too on other smaller projects, so it just seemed natural that we came on together.
Cool. So there's 3 of you, and you're all now in Silicon Valley with the Boost program, is that correct?
Yeah, mostly. Jesse's still in Hawaii because he took a job working in the medical field doing some cool augmented reality medical stuff. But yeah, Evan and I are both up here, residents at Boost VC. Just gotta say, Boost VC is awesome. Totally awesome. Unlimited Red Bull and cup noodles. Oh yeah.
Do you guys sleep
So much
there?
Red Bull.
sleep under the desks?
Yeah, there's bean bags everywhere, so if you want to take a nap or whatever, you can.
I mean, we talked with the Pixel Rift girls last week, and they're there as well. And we also heard James McRae from Janus VR is there as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Anna was in here earlier, but I saw... Oh, she's still here. I can see her shaking her head on the other side of the room. Where is she?
I can see her shaking
Oh,
her
there she
avatar
is.
over there. Yeah. to your
Oh,
right.
there's Steph as well.
I see the grandma.
Thanks for the support.
Hey Anna, hey Steph, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Going great.
Anna says hi, her microphone's still not working.
Hey. She's nodding. It's great to see you guys again. And yeah, sounds like the Boost program is the place to be, so that's super sweet. I'm glad you guys got accepted in that and have met each other, and it's just sounds pretty cool.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been a blast. We've only been here for 2 weeks, but it's been so much fun so far. I can't wait for the next couple of months here in the program. Really excited about it.
For sure. What else? I always ask, what's your favorite Ninja Turtle? So Evan, tell me which Ninja Turtle you prefer.
That's an interesting question. Let's see. I'd say the I don't remember the name. It's the purple one.
Donatello. That's
That would
the geek, right?
The name is yeah. The name is slipping on me right now.
Donatello, the bow staff, killer bow staff.
Yeah. I think that is the one.
And what about you, Kai?
Dude, you gotta shun me. I'm not a Turtles person.
I wondered. if this was
Shun
gonna
the
happen.
non-believer. Shun.
I didn't think this could ever. Is this like a glitch in the Matrix? Something's going on here.
You never asked me, but my
Sean.
answer is Leonardo.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I actually haven't asked everybody. It was one of those things that I should have always been asking, and since that's come out, it's now a question during every interview. So Leonardo, good. We haven't heard Leonardo yet.
The last time I saw Ninja Turtles, I was like 4 or 5.
Well, shun you then.
Yeah, damn it, me.
You should
Gee.
go and watch the original 200 plus episodes of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series tonight.
I'm
Oh, I'm
actually
talking
not
about
sure
the
that's a
live
good idea.
action.
It has not stood up that well.
The original live action in like the 90s.
I think the cartoon stood up pretty well, in my opinion. It's got a lot of crazy
I kind of remember parts of it. I remember finding this VHS tape, like buried in a pile of VHS tapes at one of my auntie and uncle's houses. And like, it was the only movie I felt like watching, and that's what I watched.
Well, I'm yeah, you are shunned, and that's the end of the interview. Good night, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. So tell me, what is the future for? I mean, we've talked about VRChive and we've kind of talked about the future, but you know, if we're gonna put a bow on all this, what is the future? What's the next steps? What's coming out of the Boost program? What's after the Boost program?
Well, if we raise funds, then we can do more stuff. Up until now, we've basically been running on empty, doing everything, you know, out of our pockets, empty. I mean, we had Blue Startups. They funded us a little bit, but just a lot of this stuff is just doing it because it needs to be done, and like stuff like that, because it feels right. And I've never been happier in my life, personally. I don't know about Evan. How do you feel?
I'm pretty happy right now. It's been a lot of fun.
It's just...
So weird how he's pointing to both microphones at the same time.
Indeed. And if Steph, if you held on the push talk keys, it would probably be coming through 3 microphones, and it'd be Absolute insanity.
So if we get funded, we can do a little more stuff, hire more people. That'd be great because I know there's quite a few people I know who would be down. So that's cool. We've recently discussed moving to Vegas after Boost. Not sure how that's going to go or if it's going to go, but apparently living in Vegas is affordable, and the flights to California for meetings with people are cheap. So yeah, that might be the plan. VR house. We'll get 10 people who are doing VR companies, put them in a house, split
VR
rent.
mansion.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Sorry, you're right. Mansion, not house.
VR
With a
collective.
pool. Yeah, the VR collective, exactly. With the pool, the mansion, you know, whatever.
VR utopian community.
Yeah, the perfect place. So if anyone's interested, hit me up.
Right on. And if people want to hit you up, how would you recommend they get a hold of you? Twitter or of course your site here?
You can reach us through the contact page, through like the about. Like if you go to the upper right hand corner, there's like a drop down thing, and there's contact in there.
Excellent.
I think he froze.
Or you can reach us through Reddit, or you at Articulate. You can reach us. It's like articulate, but spelled L-I-T-E at the end. And yeah, that's how you can reach us.
Yep. Okay. So Articulate, you crashed, but I kind of heard you through Evans, or I got a little bit confused there. So definitely on alpha.varchive.com, there's the /contacts, the contact page there. And then you said through Articulate's Twitter page, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. You can also just email us. It's just evan@varchive.com or Kai@varchive.com. Either one works. Or Twitter's cool too. We're pretty active on Twitter.
Sounds good. Well, any last thoughts, Dee, on what's going on here with this whole VRChive project and how it's integrating into VRChat?
No, just like I said, the 360 video is a work in progress, and I'm hoping to get 360 capture into as many applications as possible, into Minecraft, into Dolphin Emulator, into everything, and just vastly expand the number of games we can capture and share this way, as well as other applications.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, while we wait, hopefully Articulate will be able to come on back for the close here, and hopefully it's a party down afterwards. So I'm just going to read a couple plugs for VR Chat. Come out and hang with us for a few other events that we have going on this week. Friday night is going to be the first VR Chat karaoke night, so I'll be posting about that a little bit later. So yeah, karaoke, come on out. It's a lot of fun. If you guys were fans of karaoke in the RiffMax Theater last year, which I was, and many people I'm sure around me were, it was a blast. It was a big party, so I'm happy to be able to bring the party back. I talked with Mike Armstrong of RiffMax and got his blessing to get that party started while he's still working on RiffMax over there, and that'll be coming back hopefully sometime shortly. But yeah,
I
let's
love karaoke night. And
me
if you
too.
come to karaoke night, I will sing literally any song you make me sing that I know the words to.
Okay.
Woo.
We got to come up with a good song then. Sweet. So yeah, we need singers, and we need anybody there. If you want to sing, even if you don't want to sing, please come on out, and we'll coax you into singing. It's I never sang karaoke in real life, and found myself really enjoying it in VR. Kind of got me to go ahead and sing in front of people and get me out of that bubble or whatnot. So it's a cool thing to give a go at, and it works pretty well. You can imagine on the big screen here, you have a YouTube karaoke video playing, and you just start singing. So it works pretty well. It syncs up, and in RiffMax we really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And
Boost loves karaoke. I'm sure they love it.
oh hell
Boost
yeah!
is a big fan of karaoke.
Then Friday night, pretty much around this time. So I'll be writing everything up in a Reddit post and putting that out there.
Awesome.
Let's blow it up too. I mean, I think a lot of people will come out for it. And of course, on Sundays we have our Sunday meetup here in VR Chat, where we do meet and greets, get to know each other. New people from the community are always coming out. We've been doing this meetup for over a year now, and just love meeting new people and talking about the week's VR and exploring some of the user-generated content here. It's always a good time to go hop from room to room and see what's been created and see all the new cool avatars and whatnot.
Utopia is pretty cool. I just gotta say that. Utopia a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, Thomas's program Utopia is. I got to try it a little while ago, and yeah, it's very cool little social program, and being able to watch the YouTube 360 videos there and launch.
I didn't even know that. I jumped off a cliff or whatnot and just like fell to what I thought was my death, but then I landed, and I was like, oh wow, I didn't fall for infinity. That's cool. So I started exploring the ground level, and that's all like real stuff down there, so that's pretty cool.
Good stuff. And that's, I always want to thank the people that helped me do the show here. Kenny, who over there on cams, thank you very much. Dark Akuma has always helped me with the set here. He made it so I could toggle the screens here from a certain zoomed-in view that zooms into the video portion of the InstaSync site to be able to switch over to the full screen page so we could look at the web pages and the pictures here, which worked rather well. So thank you, Dark Akuma, for that. And thanks for everybody backing me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Gunter. Thanks Drash, Deep Rifter, Jesse, Rubik, Holotape, and Electric Pioneer. Really, really, really appreciate the support. And thank you, Articulate. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Everyday, for coming out and being guest and talking all about this really cool project. It's been awesome.
Thank you, Gunter. Thank you, and participation.
And thanks for everybody for hanging out and always coming out and hanging out in the show and hanging out afterwards. It's really great to be able to do this. And as always, thank you, Mr. Whiskers. It's a joy and a pleasure, and I feel very safe and secure around you. And that's it, everybody. It's been a show, and take care, and I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Unfortunately, you can't jump around anymore, but you can stretch your legs.
Feels good to stretch my legs.
Yeah. So now we just run in place and stuff. Do a little electric slide or something.
Where's Peter Pan and his dances when you beat him?
Yeah.
Hey, wait, take a group photo.
Yeah, group photo. Everybody come down to the lower level here, surround the table, and we'll get a photo.